when it can't nobody hold it.
This video, and most importantly, do not forget to hit the notification button to make sure you get all videos as soon as we drop them. I want to move over to the story, man, because Tekashi 6ix9ine finds himself back in the news, and that's because court documents have once again been released that state that Tekashi 6ix9ine is expected to testify. No shit, that he told former manager Shotti, as we know, Mr. Joran, that he will pay $50,000 for someone to kill his accused kidnapper. I'm not going to repeat his name right now anyway, but now Tekashi is referred to as CW number 2, short for cooperating witness. That the paperwork states that CW2 will also testify about conversations CW2 had with Mel Murder and Joran, once again, who was Shotti, after the robbery, including a conversation that took place as Jordan Jones brought a assault rifle to Tekashi's house for protection after the robbery. Now, the trial was also expected to detail the inner workings of the Nine Trey gangsters, including how Tekashi allegedly paid thousands of dollars to Jordan to pay members of Nine Trey who were incarcerated. Also, they want Tekashi to come out and cooperate and tell them about the time that his crew allegedly jumped Trippie Redd, the rapper, and Tekashi has to give them all information regarding to any altercations that they had with the rapper Casanova 2 times. Sam, man, is any of this surprising that this dude is pretty much telling on himself but continuing to run his mouth like a rat?
No, none of it is. There's rumors that he may get out soon. And when you read all of this, it's like, okay, so you done told on everybody in the goddamn world that you ever came in contact with. I'm surprised you ain't telling on fucking old 6th grade classmates and shit like that. But now telling on yourself, how aren't you going to do time? You're conspiring to this, putting hits out here, drug lording here. You're admitting it. So I don't give a fuck who else you tell on. To me, you look more like a fool. It looks even crazier.
Yeah.
But how don't, and correct me, and I apologize for my being naive in this, but how doesn't somebody like that do time?
Nah, it's just, and the thing, yeah, it's obvious, but it's like it makes him look more like a weasel, like a squealing pig. Cause it's just like, dog, you're now telling the people that you was all the way in with this shit. You know what I mean? Straight up and down, that you was or whatever it took to do, putting bags on niggas' heads, doing this. You was all the way in this. You lived this lifestyle. As soon as the police cracked you, you started squealing like a fucking rat. Now, but it's like you was all in. This what makes it look worse for him. So that whole, persona that they were trying to paint, like he was just the innocent kid, you know what I mean? They was forcing him to do that. That whole narrative now should be dissolved, in front of the people now, because you obviously can see that, according to his own mouth, he was doing what he had to do out there in the streets. And that's why people just don't like rats. Because it's like, all right, you do your thing or whatever. We know, yeah, it's illegal, boom, 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 boom. But now you're going to start telling everybody you did it with when you was all in. That's why people don't like them dudes. And that's why they get behind the wall. And in the streets, people just don't associate, with rats and snitches. Because, again, for that reason, he's not a regular civilian, somebody who's just out in the street and seeing some shit or whatever like that. And told, nah, according to his own words, he was all in.
My thing is, if he does get out, he's about to testify that he put hits out on people that's walking around these streets living right now. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but we will see. His trial.
He's giving up the inner workings of the whole gang. That's crazy.
Everything.
So the question remains, Sam, man. Sorry to cut you off.
You good?
Is there a possibility that you think maybe if he gets off, comes trial time, which is be a month from now, is it fair to say that he may have been an informant the whole time?
I have no idea. But it can't be out of the realm of speculation. But I have no fucking clue.
What would you if you betted on it? What would you say? Yes or no?
I would say yeah, but I would also say if he's able to walk the streets and chill and talk and be able to do that, that'd be weird too. Protective custody, okay. It would just be if he was out here rapping again in the next 6. I don't know what I'd say. I don't know.
He'll be rapping again, and it'll be rappers by his side again. I guarantee it.
And I don't know.
Guarantee it. Well, but I don't know. I don't know.
Some of the rappers that are on here talking and talking shit about him now. Are you saying gonna be out there doing that?
You never know, man. Because what you see right now in the industry next to whoever's hot. they want to get next to him. You know, obviously that whole snitch moniker thing is something that's going to repel most people, but just some people ain't going to give a damn. That's going to want to get that feature, that single, especially if he comes out again, which could possibly happen. You know what I mean? Because he ain't really missed that much of a beat if he gets out September, October. Yeah, I expect him to be making music again. I don't think he's going to go in no fucking shell and crawl underneath it and go hide. Nah, he's going to be right back out there paying security, paying people, and doing what he did before. Probably even bragging about how he beat a Fed case.
Remains to be seen.
And why he had to snitch, because he was a victim.
You think he was? You think he'll spin it like that? They're gonna spin it that crazy?
That's how
I mean, we've seen crazier. I tell you what, if we do see people that are out here now on wax saying that, and they do work with him, y'all just gave us green light to tear y'all asses up.
So his girlfriend, remember about a couple weeks ago, we didn't talk about this on the podcast, but everybody was talking about, she said he'll be getting down to 6 months or something like that. She kind of posted this subliminal message. And so, like I said, if this dude, if he hits the streets, you know, in the next couple, I just don't see it. You know, that's unprecedented. You know what I mean? To see something like that go down.
Like this ever.
You know what I mean? But, you know, we will see very soon. We'll definitely be talking about that when that does go down.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. But you're tuning into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother, Old God, and Sam. And I'm going to talk about Meek Mill, man. It turns out that Meek Mill is going to be going before court on August 27th, to find out whether or not he will be getting a new trial or they'll be dismissing the charges. But most likely they're saying that the charges will be dismissed in that situation. He did go to court today to stand in front of the new judge in Philadelphia. They released him on his own recognizance since, you know, pretty much he had to go through the whole process again, you know what I mean, of technically being rearrested for this and being booked and everything. So he was released. They set another date for the 27th of later this month. And at that time, they're going to either dismiss the complaint or the criminal complaint, and or move forward with it, which everybody, by all indication, he may be getting this whole thing dismissed and walking off. Saying, man, what do you think about this today, Meek Mill?
Good news for Meek Mill. I think it'll continue to be good news as he approaches his next hearing, which is what you said, the 27th in a couple of weeks. I think that the next judge is definitely going to be sympathetic, dare I say, and I'm not trying to put any bad luck on anything he has going on, knock on wood, but to everything that he's been through, looking at from him getting hit with the charge with the corrupt cop to the unfair, unbiased, unjust behavior that Judge Brinkley has kind of showed to him over the last couple of years, him going through the trial, him going and sitting in jail and everything that brought on. I see a judge really understanding all of this and looking at it and going and throwing it out, and him being truly now a free man and be able to walk and talk and being in the streets the way any normal human being should be able to do so, be able to go ahead and earn a living, leave about the country. We just seen he was at the OVO Fest in Toronto, so he's starting to enjoy the fruits of his labor and getting out of here and enjoying his freedoms and stuff. And I think it will continue to do so as he just continues to evolve, man. He went through a real dark time. We all were right here, front row to watch it. And now we're getting able to see the redemption of a young man growing into his own and evolving. And I think it'll continue.
Yeah, definitely, man. And you know, Meek Mill also, you know, announced a partnership with Jay-Z, Dream Chasers, Rock Nation, which is real dope. And as I'm sitting here, man, I get this message that come across my ticker right now saying, man, that Benny the Butcher and West Side Gun took their Instagram today to announce a major money move, and they put this picture up next to Jay-Z, and it says, the new king of New York, we some Buffalo kids. They had a dream. I just want to introduce you to y'all, the new at Rock Nation. I told y'all God is the greatest. Y'all see right there the caption on the screen, Sam and Rock Nation is getting everybody, man. What do you think of this move, man?
Well, if they just picked up Griselda, that means that they're out of Shady. If I'm not, I don't know how that's working.
Yeah.
But if they're out of Shady, I think that we're about to see, and the world is about to really understand who Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, and Westside Gunna are. Flo, who do a lot of damage. Shout out to my brother Angel over at, I think it's Now Mistake Collective now. Okay. My homegirl Vanessa, formerly of One Love Tattoo, who introduced me to these three brothers who are monsters in the game. And sitting behind Rock Nation, I think they're really going to be able to kind of shine and show what they got and get out here on the mainstream. I know Jay-Z, a lot of the conspiracy theorists.
I want to ask you about that. But first, first of all, shout out to West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher, and then pretty much one of the best groups to ever come, since the Locks. I mean, they really on that level, one of the top hip hop, when somebody, I think Jay introduced me to these dudes. I never stopped listening to them. So shout out to them and their movement. I think it's a good move. But Rock Nation, they get a lot of, slack by haters for the most part. But look what Jay-Z's doing, man, with Rock Nation, man. Like, what's your thoughts on that, man? He's really turning this into something, you know what I mean? Like his own type of Def Jam or something like that.